lot of life force in the brain. And now the person goes into that super aroused state. You won't see 200 standard deviations outside of normal in many neuroscience studies because it's just so outside of the normal. But we've measured it over and over again. In fact, we can predict when it's going to happen. We were just looking at this person's beautiful, really organized theta. Well, when we see that, we know that theta is going to carry gamma. We just know it. And we just know that that person's so coherent, so orderly, that they're harmonics. They're frequencies that build on other frequencies. And that's exactly how the energy centers work. They're frequencies that build on frequencies. So as you're blessing your energy centers and resting your attention in different one of those spaces in the space around, not only are you creating coherence in here, but in addition to that, as you connect them, your act of becoming conscious and connecting and aligning and attuning and feeling it move is creating the very neurological networks to invite the experience to happen automatically, naturally. And as you begin to open this pathway, energy will begin to shift. And the blockage of energy you will feel as a sensation in your body. And you'll feel it as like a pit in your gut or a heavy heart. That's the body out of balance, and it's a feeling. And many people were talking about this at dinner last night. The team leaders were saying, well, some of my people, they don't even know what the emotion is. They can't name what they want to move out of their body. They don't know the emotion. And I said, well, forget the emotion. What is the feeling they feel when they feel it? Do they have a pit in their gut? Do they have a heavy heart? Do they have soreness or heat or whatever it is? Just come up with a sensation. And when you have a bunch of sensations in your body, like you're feeling like irritated and hot, and you feel your heart racing, the accumulation of those sensations or feelings is called an emotion. Now you name it as anger or frustration. So we give names to emotions, but they're really just physiological sensations of the body, many times being out of balance. So all of this incoherence, when it starts getting orderly, starts getting more coherent, begins to allow energy to build on the previous center, and build on the previous center, and build on the previous center. And when those centers are aligned and attuned, you have a very coherent, healthy body. And people who have done this work in blessing the energy centers, they're in this room. They've healed themselves of all kinds of crazy health conditions that the doctors had no solution for. People who have chronic bladder infections or prostate conditions or any condition in any one of these lower centers, ovarian tumors. The energy starts to move where there's balance in these centers, doing the breath and beginning to disturb that energy. As that energy begins to unwind, it just becomes pure energy that wants to go back from whence it came, to the brain as a thought. And so fear that's stored in the body can turn into freedom in 1 second. It's the movement of energy, and you will feel it. And many times when you do this properly, people pass out. It's happened to me thousands of times. And they come up to the stage and they say, I passed out. And I say, I've been telling you that it could happen to you. You're doing it right. What? Yeah, that's a lot of energy. I see a flash of light, and then I don't remember. That's energy moving into your brain. In the beginning, it scares people because they don't know what they're losing control. But that's a good squirt of energy making it into your brain. Now, then the body will adapt because it'll be able to process a greater frequency. But when it first happens, it scares a lot of people because it's just raw energy moving back. So, gamma happens when there's an enormous amount of energy or release into the brain. Gamma happens at times, even when you open your heart, you'll see spurts of gamma. When I say certain words, when we are doing a meditation, I can say a certain word, and the brain scientists can tell you we could have 14 people having their brain scanned, and they all go into gamma at the same time. All of them. Because they're associating those words. And that's exactly what I want to have happen. So as a facilitator, so we study that. We study the best way to communicate. But building the model with gamma and different frequencies, it's better for you to look at a light spectrum You know, the whole spectrum of light from the slowest radio waves all the way up to gamma waves and cosmic waves, and turn it this way, and it would be closer to the frequencies that the body processes in those centers. Slow ones down here, faster here, faster here, faster here, faster all the way up. Do you have that? You have that one slide? Andrew, you know when you take the light spectrum and turn it like that? Like that. Anyway, there's no linear correlation like that. It's more about just the movement of energy. The slower ones, matter density. There's a lot of energy wrapped around an atom. When the atom starts to release like an atomic bomb, that's energy being released in the same way. So turn that sideways like we do. That's more like it. You know, the slower frequency at the bottom, and then as it moves up, it looks like a snake, doesn't it? It moves up, and faster and faster frequencies as it moves up, and each one of those tissues can process a greater frequency. That's the movement of energy.